Elon Musk is wreaking havoc on the federal government. If they need Democratic votes, then they can negotiate with Democrats to get those votes. We've been sent here to protect Social Security, protect Medicaid, and protect Medicare.
Let's hop into an AOC interview on CNN as she sounds off on Chuck Schumer and Senate Democrats as they first seem to reverse course on preventing this partisan spending bill and then inevitably allowing it to pass, and why she was always the one who was right and had the correct perspective on this issue. So take a second, like this video. It helps us out a bunch, helps the channel get out to more people, and let's get right into the clip.
Chuck Schumer, I guess the Senate Democratic leader, your senator, said at this meeting that he is going to vote for cloture. He is going to vote to allow there to be a simple majority vote. You think that's wrong?
I believe that's a tremendous mistake. Yes.
Why?
I think, well, first and foremost, the American people, if anyone has held a town hall or has seen what has been happening in town halls, American people, whether they are Republicans, independents, Democrats, are up in arms about Elon Musk and the actual gutting of federal agencies across the board. This continuing resolution codifies much of this chaos that Elon Musk is wreaking havoc on the federal government. It codifies many of those changes. It sacrifices and completely eliminates congressional authority in order to review these impulsive Trump tariffs that he's switching on and off. And on top of that, for folks who are concerned about effectiveness in government, this Republican extreme spending bill removes all of the guardrails and all of the accountability measures.
It really is sad because Senate Democrats had a chance to do something noble, not just for their constituents and their party, but the American people writ large, where we even see Republican constituents complaining at town halls, and Democrats, Senate Democrats specifically, could have stood up against these rich robber barons of MAGA, but Chuck Schumer folded, probably for political reasons, whatever it may be, and it led to 10 Democrats in the Senate also voting to essentially hand over the power of government to Elon Musk completely. I'll put them on the screen here. We won't name them all, but it is my opinion that each and every one of these Senate Democrats who voted yes need primary, like in 2026 if they're up, in 2028 if not, as soon as possible. No more weak Dems. AOC and her vision, her willingness to stand for the American people over all else, even what might be politically convenient, is what the Democratic Party needs to represent going forward. And we can't have cowards who will cower in the face of fascism like Chuck Schumer and instead give in to it.
This turns the federal government into a slush fund for Donald Trump and Elon Musk. It sacrifices congressional authority, and it is deeply partisan. And so to me, it is almost unthinkable why Senate Democrats would vote to hand the few pieces of leverage that we have away for free when we've been sent here to protect Social Security, protect Medicaid, and protect Medicare.
This is exactly that. Trump and Musk are trying to turn the government into a private business that works for them and their billionaire buddies by default, rather than a system that works for the people and is democratic. The main thing they want to do is pull from the democratic congressional ability to approve and allocate funds to these different programs that then provide benefits to the American people, and instead put it entirely in their own hands where they alone have the say, where whatever they deem to cut, no questions, no vote, it's cut. Whatever they deem to fund, no questions, no vote, it's funded, which is clearly more ripe for corruption than our current system. The idea this is about efficiency is crazy, and what they want to do with this unchecked power is also pretty insane. It's defund entitlements. I mean, Elon isn't even trying to hide it anymore. He's saying it on Fox News interviews, and we've already seen them target Medicaid, food stamps, Social Security, and more, where 10 Senate Democrats, as we cannot forget, just allowed them to do it even further.
We know, and the American people are not going to have the wool pulled over their eyes. Everybody knows that Donald Trump is president, that Republicans have the Senate, and Republicans have the House. They have the keys to the entire United States government. And if Republicans wanted to avert a shutdown, they can. They can. If they need Democratic votes, then they can negotiate with Democrats to get those votes. It is simple. They have two options: to pass it with their votes or to pass it with Democratic votes. And we also see the data bearing this out. When you look at public polling from very reputable firms, we see that the American people understand that, and they know that the party in charge of government is the party that's in charge of keeping government open.
It is a very simple principle in how our government was set up, which it was set up this way with the Senate needing 60 votes so that the parties would have to negotiate and find middle ground, and there wasn't a radical to either side destroying our country. And, kind of what we're seeing now. If you need Democratic votes to pass something, you negotiate and you make concessions with the Democrat. This is just the minority party. If you need the minority party's votes to pass something, you negotiate with them. You make concessions with them. If you have the votes among yourselves as the majority party, then you do the super partisan nonsense or whatever it is you want to do because you don't need their votes. But it seems that both Republicans and Senate Democrats forgot this, and Senate Democrats decided to give up all of this leverage as to allow these crucial government programs to come under fire the next year at least, if not 2 years, if not Trump's whole presidency, because we just gave up the leverage. And you're going to see once this cloture passed, the spending bill, Democrats tried to put forth amendments for the spending bill that would have prohibited DOJ from misusing the funds or abusing their power to cut things undemocratically, whatever, and not a single Republican would vote in favor of any of these amendments, which literally gives the game away that they got what they wanted, so why negotiate anything now? Democrats should have made very high demands, got some crucial concessions. Elon Musk has to step away. You're not going to cut Medicaid. You're not going to touch Social Security. These programs won't be, whatever it may be. But instead, they gave into it where, again, cannot be overstressed. Each and every one needs primaries.